Hey everybody, I wanted to get right into sharing about this Venus and retrograde coming up in July the 22nd through October the 3rd. And so we've been having several retrogrades. There's about 7 of them that's coming through this summer season, all right? But this is one of the ones we want to highlight, and I want to share with each and every one of you your own sign in which Venus will affect it, okay, and how she will help you during this time, do some re-strategizing, and so much more, all right? So Venus in retrograde also deals with us preparing our emotions and relationships and money too. So as I go over each zodiac sign here, so notice this for everybody, make sure if you're familiar with your sun sign, that's great. If you know your ascending in your chart, that's great too. You don't have to do that, but you can. So there is a series, of astrological transits. And when it comes to financial matters, it's important that we do look at Venus as well. And the matter is very important because Venus rules the 2nd house of stability and your 8th house of shared resources. But given this great viewpoint from July the 22nd to September the 3rd, 2023, I may have said October by mistake, so my apologies. I was thinking about October, but it's not, okay? It is September the 3rd, okay? And while Venus will be in Leo retro, you will review a few areas of self-work around your love language, reimagining your love life, along with money decisions, and revisiting how it will work for you, and moving and being productive in ways to open up new quests for the remaining of the astrological new year. Okay, so I'm going to get into each zodiac sign as the information came through. It may sound like I'm reading some things, but it's a lot of information I wanted to bring through. So get a snack and sit back, or you can zoom into your particular area as well. And make sure you share the video. Don't forget that right now that we are offering a summer solstice Reiki and reading, Reiki and a summer solstice reading combination that is going on. You can book it on the website, along with we're offering Venus in retrograde, Reiki, and reading, a short reading overview, and the Venus in retrograde and Leo Reiki session. Okay, that's available as well. So book that. Okay, then we also have, while this video is going up, we have the full moon that will be coming up next week on the 3rd, July the 3rd, as this video is being made in Capricorn. So get ready to go on and book your altar visual for that, and your personalized readings and so much more. So I want to get into how Venus in retrograde will affect Aries. Venus in retrograde falls in your 5th house, Aries, of romance and self-expression. Aries, which makes you the sign most likely to receive visits from your past and flirtations from your past. But make sure that you bear in mind, Aries, that when exes or old flings resurface, it's not necessarily a green light to pick things back up where you left them, all right? It's an opportunity for self-reflection. Remember, I said that in the beginning, that is self-reflection and potential learning a lesson about defending what you deserve, okay? Also, you're going to dive deep into retrospection of self-work. What are you doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? That could lead you into feeling more fulfilled in your creativity and making even more room in your life for fun and pleasure. Now, you Taurus, Venus will retrograde in your 4th house, which is home life, Taurus, which means your relationship with family members and what you value most about your domestic sphere will be highlighted big time, okay? Because Venus is the spotlight. It's time to reassess where you're living, okay, on your grounds, or perhaps how much money is costing you, but also how much pleasure and peace that it brings you. Okay. You'll also be reflecting on familiar bonds. It could be that reconnection with loved ones in the best way to take advantage of this transit. Or you could be revisiting certain boundaries that is withholding or best for everyone involved. Now, Gemini, the planet of beauty, romance, and pleasure will move backward in your third house of communication, Gemini. Okay, this is a zone that's associated with your sign. Okay, so it's a terrain you're quite familiar and comfortable with. While your social life is usually on all cylinders, Venus retrograde here will encourage you to be more intentional. Okay, to be more intentional while your social life is usually being more intentional, what I'm saying, with your time and energy. It's possible that you've been saying yes to people who wouldn't necessarily do the same for you, Gemini. You're throughout this transit of Venus in retrograde, you'll have the chance to reassess these bonds and set new boundaries to protect your mental, okay, and in turn emotional well-being. Okay, so for you, Cancer, and Venus in retrograde will fall in your second house of income, Cancer. So this transit is all about rethinking your relationship to money and your relationships tied to money making. Okay, Cancer. Now, it might be that you've been spinning your wheels on a project that you're not getting enough out of, be it financially or in terms of garnering recognition, or you realize that you're bringing your skills to the table for a purpose that doesn't align with your own. So basically, now is your chance to allow your heart some say when it comes to earning, and it could be ultimately leading you down an even more successful path for you, Cancer. Now, Leo, Venus retrograde falls in your first house. Okay, Leo, which sounds like a doozy. It's like, woo, but it's actually really exciting opportunity to reinvent yourself. You might be experimenting with making over some of your technical media outlets, your resume, or your website, or social media. So basically, you have a chance to switch up how you're presenting your personal brand and how you're showing up in the world. Because this first house is on the same axle as the seventh house of partnership, you'll also be reflecting on the dynamics of one-on-one relationships, okay? And how you may want to tip the balance to feel more successful and satisfied. Now, Virgo, Venus falls in your 12th house of spirituality. Blurring your typical rational, clear vision of what you desire, the forecast for your romantic life, money making, and relationships could all feel a little bit of a haze. Okay, so that's a good little minute for about 2 months. Though you tend to want to have your finger on the pulse on these and really this aspect of your life so that you can plan ahead, create space for self-exploitation, journaling, meditation, and magic. Okay, the more you sit in the unknown and see how it all plays out, the better for your spirit, Virgo. Libra, your ruler, beautiful, loving Venus will be moving backwards through your 11th house of networking. Okay, Libra, meaning this is a period in which old friends and colleagues could be popping up and out of nowhere. They popping up and out of nowhere to reconnect. So you could find that picking up a group project that was previously put on the back burner proves to be satisfying and productive during this retrograde. And at the same time, this is a moment for rethinking the groups, communities, and platonic relationships that you want to show up for. Now, Scorpio, the Venus retrograde falls in your 10th house of career and public image. So Scorpio nudging you, Venus retrograde will be nudging you to rethink how you're approaching the big picture, of goals and making a name for yourself in your professional sphere. You might realize that the aspirations you once held in such a high regard actually doesn't align with your values during this season of retrograde in Venus, and is in turn, you could be inspired to re-envision the best way to make your mark, okay, and with whom your partner to reach that finish line. All right. Now, Sagittarius, Venus, the planet of romance, will move backwards through your ninth house of adventure and higher learning, providing you with a moment in which you can take a step back and reset your belief systems. Because you're so passionate about your philosophies, you could be a bit delusional by this impulse to reassess. Okay. That's why you do well to lean on loved ones, and good friends, like the limited number of friends that you have, to talk through a big picture idea. You could move beyond this transit with even more clarity around what you want to pour your passion into. Now, Capricorn, the last Venus retrograde may have fallen in your sign, the first house of self, Capricorn. But this one activating your eighth house of emotional bonds and joint resources, which should make for a very different vibe, okay? You'll want to meditate on the best path forward with certain joint financial projects like taxes, investments, and real estate. But because the zone covers intimacy and sex, you'll also do well to set aside time to get in touch with your physical and emotional needs. Exploring this important part of your overall well-being can leave you feeling even more empowered and inspired. All right. And we got Aquarius and Pisces to cover. Okay. So Aquarius, Venus retrograde falls in your seventh house of partnership. Now I'm gonna pause right here. Don't forget to start to join the full moon in Capricorn next week on July the 3rd. Also, don't forget the Venus and retrograde quick reading, and Reiki session, along with the summer solstice, psychic readings that will change your life, and along with spell work and so much more that we offer. Make sure that you are signed up to the website, okay? Now, Aquarius, Venus retrogrades falls in your seventh house of partnership, Aquarius, so your one-on-one connections are very much front and center. You can review what you're bringing to the table as a partner and consider what you get out of your bonds, whether romantic, platonic, or professional. Communicating your needs and hearing, okay, hearing others out on theirs could be the key to feeling more satisfied and seen with these important relationships, these one-on-one relationships. And then we have Pisces. The Venus in retrograde affects your sixth house of routine and wellness. Okay, routine and wellness. So Pisces, you have a chance to reimagine how you care for yourself. Part of that could be pinpointing what you want and need from loved ones and friends from day to day, and then making that more apparent. The Leo energy of this retrograde can inspire you to go to bat for more reciprocal relationships and equal workloads. Okay, before fall begins, your confidence and sense of inner balance could soar. So that's covering everybody that's in this Venus in retrograde in Leo. You know, make sure that you listen to it several times, write it down, put it in your journal, so that way you have a good view on what's taking place during this Venus retrograde and Leo season for yourself. Also, I love you for taking the time to listen and watch this. Don't forget the services that I do offer. Welcome to the North Node as well. Join Patreon. There's so much information there, and that small coving coven that's there, the solitary practitioners that get it in. All right. The website is here at https://eclipticspiritualist7.com. There you will find me. Make sure that you're signed up so that way we can stay in the loop with one another. Continue to work through this Venus in retrograde coming up July the 22nd through September the 3rd, giving you an early heads up of preparation. And as we move into our full moon, moving into July the 3rd, and a whole new month. So get ready for that. You'll find that information to join now on the website. I love you for watching, and always take time for yourself this summer. Okay, prioritize some things for yourself with this summer solstice, and believe in yourself in all things. Most importantly, take time with the divine, the source, and your spirit guides and all that you do. See you later.